Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a lot. Preparing for my exams. It's been quite a journey. This 3 year journey that somehow became 5 years journey has been a whole lot. I believe I've gathered a lot of lessons being in school. One thing I'm really grateful for is how I spent my 5 years here. It's actually very funny. I know some people would be very shocked. Quite shocked. Like, how come you're saying 5 years when it's just 3 years? Well, that's how it is.
It is what it is.
So I'm really grateful to God that this was a seasons well spent. Life in school should not just be spent being a student. We're all called to be more. The fact that God brought you to school, you got admission to the university to study a particular course. It's an opportunity to enlarge the place of your tent. It's an opportunity for you to learn. It's an opportunity for you to grow. I would always call it a journey. The bad thing is that a lot of people come to school and they don't spend their time in school very well. Either that they spend it doing just one thing, and most times it's just books. But beyond the books, there is so much more. There's so much more you can leverage on. There's so much opportunity that comes with being a university undergraduate. In the course of this video, I'm just going to be sharing some unconventional lessons I have come to learn over these years of being a medical student. School in general is a huge opportunity to become the best version of yourself. Is a huge opportunity to learn. Is a huge opportunity to grow. Is a huge opportunity to connect with great people. Is a huge opportunity to become better. I'm going to be sharing some of those truths, and I hope you grab one or two from the things that I have to share. Mind you, some of these lessons are quite peculiar to my experiences. I'm just done with my 3rd year and I'll be getting to my 4th year. I'm sure that somehow you'll be able to relate to some things I have to share. So number one lesson is that people are as confused just as you are. Yes, people, like I said, it's unconventional. I know why I'm saying this, because there's actually a story attached to this. In medical school, people are as confused just as you are. You're not alone. You are not alone. I remember stepping inside a class one particular day, and it felt like everybody just had something doing. Like, oh my god! I think it was the beginning of 200 level, and you can imagine it's like a new year. They're introducing the whole anatomy, physiology. Somehow everybody is flipping through the anatomy. Some people are having discussions. Some people have already finished some parts that you've not got into. Some people are already talking about the hands. They're already talking about the nerves and blood supply to the hand. Some people have gone so far, and you are looking at yourself in a way and you're like, oh my god, what am I even doing? Now, truth is that yes, this can be a motivation, but if you're not careful, this thing that you feel can be a motivation can also cause a whole lot going on in your mind. But I think at the course of 300 level, coming closer to people and hearing them become vulnerable, because I think one of the strengths that I have is that I can be very vulnerable. Of course, to the right people, not to everybody. So I can actually share that, I'm having a struggle in this area, and it helps. It helps in a way. It just helps me free my mind. Even if the person I'm sharing this thing to does not really have any solution to offer at the moment. So I think at the course of 300 level, when the heat of the exam really came, that's when I knew that people are as confused as you are. There was this thing we used to do, people would just be like, some people would be acting like they've not started reading anything. So there was that. There are those kind of people that act like that, and there are those people that are actually very honest. They'll tell you, oh god, I've not even read this aspect. But I think those very honest people, I just feel at the cost of everything, my eyes were just open to see that everyone is as confused. Everyone is struggling. Everyone has, their various challenges. Everyone is they also have the same struggle that you're facing. They also have it. It's there. But, everyone just has a way of, trying to cover up. So that composure is there, trying to just act like all is well. Now, saying that people are as confused as you are is not for you to relent, but it's only for you not to start to compare yourself with anyone or start to feel like people are better than you. Just to prevent that comparison, walk at your own pace. Walk at your own pace. The truth is that you will all still get there. And generally, I feel like that's how life is. Initially, it might look like people have already gone ahead of you, but the truth is that nobody is better than anybody. Yes, some people might be smarter, some people might be slower, some people might be faster. Fine, that's not what's important. What's important is that at the end of the day, slowly, steadily, we are all going to win the race. Okay, so the second lesson that I've gotten while in medical school is that you need to seek consistent progress over perfection. There is always this tendency for us to just want to get things speedily, immediately. But the truth is that it's not always going to be like that. Sometimes you're going to put so much effort and you may not even see the result immediately. But don't stop moving. That's just one thing you need to know. Don't stop moving. I remember there was a time my friends and I decided to stay back in school. Like, we sacrificed a whole, I think it was a strike period. There was strike in school for a couple of months. So we didn't go back home. We just decided to stay back to study. And you can imagine that we were not feeling well. We are just, always in class. We could go back to the lodge, spend maybe just an hour or two just trying to freshen up and cook something very fast like spaghetti and, noodles. Put it up together and get back to class and start reading. We didn't get enough sleep. We didn't get enough rest. We're just trying to, ensure that we read so much, preparing for our weekly tests. We're having like weekly tests just among that crew. So I noticed that with all of that stress and effort put in, I wasn't really seeing the result that I wanted to see. That was really very discouraging for me. And somehow I got depressed. I got very much less confident in myself. I started to feel like I was not, good enough. I started to feel like, this is not making sense. Why am I putting in so much effort? Why are we, sacrificing so much and not seeing as much results? Actually, we're preparing for our pre-MBBS. Pre-MBBS is a screening exam just to, select the people who would be qualified to take the second MBBS exam. So we had to put in that much effort. But then I understood that it's not just about the hard work. Medical school is not just about the hard work. It includes a lot of factors. It includes smart works. It includes your mental health. If your mental health is not at its healthy state, it's really going to affect your results, honestly. So I noticed that my confidence level was low. I really felt like, I felt like something was just wrong somewhere because I did not understand why I had to put in so much effort and not see the results. So that was how it was for me. But then I think over time, what I would say is that one, there's a way to learn. There is a way to learn. So it's not just about the quantity of work you put in, it's about the quality of work you put in. That means someone can read for just 5 hours and get so much, but someone is sitting down reading for 15 hours. But at the end of the day, the person who read for 5 hours is doing way better than someone that reads for 15 hours. That means there is actually a way to learn. So you need to seek progress over perfection. The third lesson would be that it's okay, it's totally fine to share your struggles. It's fine to share your struggles with the right people, of course. It's not everybody that have to hear that you're, having some struggles, right? Or challenges. And like I mentioned earlier, nobody's perfect. Nobody has it all figured out. Medical school has a way of just making you feel like people are doing it way better than you are. And if you're not careful, you can start to compare yourself with every other person. So it's okay to share your struggles. It's okay to tell this person, I'm not really doing so well in this particular area and I would need your help. It's totally fine. Don't be solo all the time. Don't be like, oh no, I'm going to do it on my own. Nobody ever does it on their own. We all need a support system. I'm so grateful for the amazing support system God blessed me with. Of course, there was a time that it felt like I was just alone, but I'm grateful for some of the amazing people I've had. I thank God for my senior colleagues. There are some amazing senior colleagues that, really helped me. I think I liked those who were very caring. I like those who would, try to send you information on how you can do better, on how to prepare for the upcoming exams. I feel like everyone generally, the collective efforts from different places, from my family, it was very beautiful. Never ever in your life feel like you can do it alone. Never feel like you have it all figured out. Nobody ever has it all figured out. And it's okay to share that, I need help in this area. Truthfully, even if you don't even get every help you need, it's therapeutic. Yes, when you share your struggles with the right people, it just helps you relieve stress. It will help your mental health too, because sometimes you have to talk about it. If you don't talk about it, you're just going to be proven all strong, and you'll be so shocked at the end of the day. You'll be so shocked that it has really gotten to a place where you can't hold it in anymore. So please get a support system, get people, work with people. Don't do it alone. No one ever has to do life alone. Now, the fourth lesson would be when you're less motivated. What do you do? There are those days when you don't even feel like reading your books. You're looking at your book and the book is looking at you. You're just not feeling like it. There are days when you feel less of a medical student. You're even like, am I a student? There are those days, especially for people like us who are multi-passionate. Me in school, I was a leader at some point. I was, serving in the church. I was also serving in my organization. So I had other things that I was also doing. And sometimes I really got scared for myself. I mean, people may not have known this, but there were times when I got really overwhelmed. I started to ask myself, what are you even doing? What like, who sent you? Who sent you? So there are times like that, there were times like that, but I'm really grateful. I'm so grateful that I did not relent. Truthfully, there are times I went on a break, and that's it. When you're less motivated, don't be scared to go on a break. Don't be scared. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine to just take a little break, do other things. I mean, there are times when I'm reading back to back, and then some other times I'm like, you know what, let's navigate this energy to something else. And somehow I've noticed that collectively, what helps you in school, what helps you in medical school, what helps you generally in life, is not just that specific thing you're doing. It's the collective effort. It's the fact that you're putting in some energy in your personal development. You're reading a book on how to become a better version of yourself. You're reading a book on how to deal with procrastination. You're reading a book on how to, there's this book I had here by Brian Tracy, No Excuses. Imagine reading that kind of book. Somehow it has a ripple effect to help you become a better medical student. Do you understand? Helps you become a better person generally, at large. It's not just that effort of reading. It's also the collective effort of ensuring that your spiritual life is not lagging, ensuring that you're praying, ensuring that you're studying the word of God, ensuring that you're meeting people who speak the right words, you're sitting under mentorship. It's also the collective effort that you're listening to the right things, you have positive people, positive vibes around you. So collectively, all these things work together to make you to become a better person. You can volunteer. I know some of my friends who had to serve in a particular Christian Medical and Dental Association. I mean, they go for outreaches, do all these things. You're not just a student, you're more than just a student. So don't be afraid to channel your energy to something else, and then come back to your books and you find out that you're rejuvenated and of course you're refreshed to get started again. Now, the last but not the least is that you're most likely smarter than you think. Yes, definitely, you're most likely smarter than you think. A lot of us don't know this. There's that tendency for you to just look down on yourself. There's that tendency for you to start to feel like you're not good enough. There's that tendency for you to feel like, oh God, I feel like every other person is better than me. At some point I felt that way. But I think at the course of this journey, at the course of this 3 years to 5 years, of course, I just came to realize that you don't compare your life with anybody. You don't. Just ensure that you're moving forward. Just ensure you're moving forward gradually. You know what makes the difference is that you're consistent. What makes the difference is that you're putting in the daily effort. Just ensure that you put in something every day. Put in the work. Put in something. Don't work based on motivation all the time, because motivation may not really see you through. There are times when for a while, for weeks, you'll be less motivated. So you can't really work based on motivation. You can't really hold on to motivation. You can't really hold on to the fact that you feel you're smart, or that it shouldn't really be a feeling. It should be that you have to do this because you've got to do this. You have to put in the work because you have to put in the work. And then work from a point of victory. Work from a point knowing that, I remember then Holy Spirit always whispers to my ear and tells me, you know, you've already passed. You know, you've already excelled. So you need to work with a very positive mindset. You need to work from that point of, I've already excelled. I've already done this. I've done it and I've gotten to its peak. Whether you're seeing it or not, there just has to be that knowledge that you've already excelled. So honestly, I really hope you got value from all of this stated. I mean, life is indeed a journey, and I'm so grateful. Like, I think one thing I would forever be grateful for is that I spent my time in school doing things that I'm very passionate about, as well as studying my books. I mean, I can call it a balanced life. There was balance in productivity, and this does not mean that there were not times when I experienced lapses. There were not times when, you know, it was really low for me. There were low moments, there were down moments, there were times where I felt really tired, but I'm really grateful that I didn't let these feelings define the outcome of, you know, whatever I wanted to see. So I just want to encourage you, anyone who is watching this today, that beyond how you feel, you're smarter than you think you are. And please never compare your journey with anybody's. You have a very peculiar journey. Focus on you. Focus on becoming better. Focus on putting in the efforts collectively. Don't just focus on one area. Your collective efforts would surely bring the results that you hope to see. And definitely, I wish you the very best. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Share this video to as many people as you feel should hear this today. And definitely, God loves you. I love you. Bye bye.